Good morning, my YouTube friends, and happy Thursday. It is September 28th. Like the 6th week of school. I have been behind. I have just been so exhausted, had so much to do. I've not been able to make a video. I made one last week, but I haven't been able to make one this week at all. So this is the first day this week that I videoed. So I wanted to show you really quickly just a couple things that I finally got in place. I finally figured out where all my kids are on their sight words and what I needed to send home. So this is just one of my students' books, but there are 10 booklets in all. So I figured out what booklet that they probably needed to start in. And then these are fantastic. I bought them on Teachers Pay Teachers. I'll link it below in the comments, but I just print them off. I have them bring this back and forth, but I have copies here too in case they forget. And then I keep track of where they are. And inside, whenever they pass off this list, there's a little place down here and you can put the date. So then you can kind of track like how long has it been between times. And you can put little notes like, had to redo this one, sounded out too many words, needs to work on this. And so my parents will work on this at home and then they will pass those off. Now, before, even like way long time ago, I had these sight word booklets and they would actually record themselves doing it on Seesaw. So I may actually do that. And then in the afternoon, I can just listen to it, check it off, give them the sticker the next day. So that might be a great way to save time during the school day. The other thing is, now I won't be sending this home. I'll show you what I'm going to send home for this. These are the addition books, very similar, same thing, same concept. And so that way they can pass those off. I can tell you from teaching third grade, kids do not have math fluency. They do not know what equals what, and they do not know it fluently. I still have kids who have to count. They cannot even count on. So if they have to add 5 plus 2, they have to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6, 7. And that should not be in second grade. So we need a lot of work on this because they cannot be expected to learn multiplication if they don't know their math fluency. And I feel like that we neglect this so much that we put this to the side and think we just have to teach skill after skill after skill. And if we don't slow down and take the time to teach this, the skills don't matter because they can't apply the skills if they can't do the simple math to get the problem. So that's a problem with that. Also, in both of those packets, whenever that you buy it, they have teacher letters, parent letters. So letters that you can send home. And they both do a good job of explaining the math fluency and that they have to know the words without sounding out. They have to know the math without having to count or add on or anything. So in addition to the letter for that, like I said, I'm not sending the packet home because that's what I checked them off, the addition one. And there's addition and subtraction. Then I am going to send home because they all know their zeros and their ones, so I don't need to send that home, and twos. But once we get to 3s and 4s, that's a problem. So on this, there's just a page, and I printed it front and back with the 3s and the 4s, and then I just printed a page of flashcards for 3, and then the flashcards for the 4s. So hopefully that will help for them to be able to practice that. And I think that I'm actually going to make a video to send to my parents to explain all of it. Instead of them just reading the letter, I'm going to send that in a letter. And I'm going to send that home. I was going to send it home today, but we have a school dance today. And so I know they're not going to start working on it. And tomorrow's Friday. So I may just hold it all and send it Monday. And that gives me time to make a movie our video, or not a movie. So I wanted to show you something else that I just put together. I'm still working on this. These are my reading kits. These are just the cheap little pencil bags that I bought them for maybe like 50 cents at Walmart at the beginning of the year. They're pretty sturdy. The zippers are pretty good. And I put an eraser, I put a dry erase marker, and then I put 5 chips in there. I've got some other things that we're gonna put in there too, but I wanted to show you this. So I printed these yesterday. I lost them. Oh, here they are. I printed these yesterday. I just haven't got them cut out or laminated. So I have the big one that we've been using, and that's what I've been passing out every time. And it would just be so much easier just to pass out one bag. They have everything there in front of them. So I have this, and I printed it at 75%, I think. And this is from Lucky Little Learners. And so there's the heart word, and there's the sound boxes. And I'm thinking about actually laminating them back to back. So there's really only one page to pull out, and then it's just whichever side that we decide to use. It'll be a little bit extra work on me, sort of like putting them together at the first. But it'll save time later. So the other thing that I have together are these math kits. I think I told you in one of my other videos that I bought these and that I was putting them together. They're still a work in progress, and I'm only putting in what we need at the time. So as we need more, I'll put more. But the only thing I don't like about these is they don't latch together very easily. Some of my kids have an easy time with it. Some of them really struggle. So that's been a challenge. But the ones that do well at it, it gives them something to do. They can come help to put them together. So the first thing that I did was put together what they needed. So all my kids have numbers, like the whole year. And so this particular child is number 4. So if you notice, everything that is in his box has a number 4 on it. And the little trick with that, because I didn't have any little labels like this, I took the file folder labels and just printed like 5 4s on it, and then I just cut it and then just taped it on there, so it's easy. So this are little containers from Dollar Tree, which I posted in my other video that I couldn't find anymore. I went to a Dollar Tree in Hickory near me, like 25 minutes from me, and I had looked at a Dollar Tree near Hickory, like in Conover, and they didn't have them, but that one had like 4 sets, so I got them all. I've got them over there, but I wanted to make sure that I had them. So these are perfect to put your dice in, and I actually put a little reinforcement, so I don't just trust that they're not going to open it. I actually tape it shut, you can see, because they don't need to open it at all. And so then they shake it up, and then the dice is in there, and they can see their dice. So pretty easy, lemon squeezy, that's what I say. And then on this, I have the double 10 frame, and they're 10s and 1s, and that's double-sided. And I actually printed that one double-sided. The others are 2 different documents from 2 different places. So I had already printed them, so I wasn't able to print them back to back. One other thing that I had purchased, and this is from Hanging with Miss Halsey, sorry. This is gonna go on my math board. So I'll just kind of flip through it and I'll show you when I get it finished. So it's just different, there's the header, there's the keywords, and I did all of the addition in orange, and then I did, oops, guess I'll have to change that one. And then I did the subtraction in yellow, and then it also has some steps to solving problems, and then it has these little goal getters of what can you do to meet your goal in math, like try a different strategy, take my time solving. So I'm going to cut those out, laminate those, and put them on the board. Like I said, we have a dance this afternoon, so I'm excited. So I wanted to show you. I wore my pink sparkly pants. It's a dress down day, so we could have wore jeans, but you cannot have a bad day if you have on pink sparkly pants. So I'm just saying, made me happy today. And I wore my Expo earrings again because they're pink and they match, and that's perfect. We have been doing our narrative writing this week, and they have done such a great job. Like, I have been so impressed. The funny thing is I get kind of tickled because every year I tell this story about my childhood, about me torturing my brother with June bugs because he was terrified of June bugs. And a lot of them, it tickles me because as they are writing, and some of them have finished writing when I model, because I'm not modeling that to give them ideas. I model that for once we've done our pre-planning and we're ready to write, how do we put all that into a story? Because a lot of times if they do pre-planning, they end up just copying what's on the pre-planning sheet, and that's not the idea. So I wanted them to see how I took my ideas from my pre-plan and put it into a story. And so a lot of my kids, as I'm reading their story, incorporated June bugs or torturing their siblings, or things like that. And so, which is fine because it's also a narrative. It doesn't have to be true to be a narrative. But I do tell them, try to be original and that kind of thing. So I've been very impressed with their creativity and being able to pull details into that. So very hopeful for how the rest of the year is going to go, because if at the 6-week point we're already there, we're going to be able to go to the moon by the end of the year. So super excited about the things that are happening and getting these kids together and getting them working more on sight words and math fluency. So I hope you have a very thoughtful Thursday, and I will talk to you later. Make it a great one. Bye.